Hey everybody, look on the screen. We have a couple. Now this is from like the end of I believe the last quarter of last year, 2021, with the eviction. Okay, so one person said, "Oh, you only shooting the black people." When I show some of the videos here, my target is to basically my community, and I want women to see when they carry the seed of poverty D what can happen. So guess what? Some people are visual. I know I am. Maybe they can see that video and see, wow, she carried that man's, or you're right, men. She's carried 4 children. And now she needs $3,600. Where are those men? Nowhere to be found. So, gee, maybe some young woman of childbearing age or who might be considerate can learn a lesson. When you carry the seed of poverty D, it's going to all be on you. And you can find yourself on the verge of being homeless and evicted. And guess what? They will not show up, boo. So you can pack you and your kids and go up under a tree. That's what happens when you carry the seed of poverty D. You're on your own. That's the purpose of the video. If you can't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you, that maybe this challenge is not for you. But thanks for stopping by. And guess what? We still wish you well. So look on the screen. We have a couple here. Look on the screen. We have a couple here that's being evicted. And I kind of find it hard to believe that, you weren't paying your rent. And then, out of nowhere, they just gave you a letter. I mean, at some point, I would imagine someone would call you. But let's look at this clip where people are facing, and then I want to give you, I want to go ahead and tell you what happened at an eviction where Becky tried to pimp her child. Well, who don't get the memo? Who doesn't get it? Life is business. Landlords, they have a mortgage, whether it's paid for or not. They have insurance and property taxes. They have upkeep. No one can just support you. They can't. We all have to try and make it on our own. That's why life is hard enough. Let's try and make the best decision. So let's go ahead and get to this video. And then I will tell you how Becky tried to pull the ultimate card, okay, on an eviction the day of. So here we go, beautiful people. Let's check it out. Fair use.
Focused on evictions and where all that federal rental assistance money is going.
To start our in-depth coverage for you, let's put in perspective just how many Coloradans are at risk of eviction. Now, per the latest census data in August, more than 30,000 people were at least somewhat likely to be evicted in the next 2 months.
But new numbers released today by the Colorado Apartment Association shows that only 2,498 eviction actions were filed across the state in September. And that is only 66% of the September 2019 levels.
Now, at an apartment complex in Parker, at least 55 tenants received notices to make past due payments or be kicked out in 10 days. Denver 7's Ivan Rodriguez shares their stories.
For Caitlin and Jesse Hall, who work full-time jobs and have young children, the notice they received on their door Monday evening was shocking, to say the least.
You shall, within 10 days after this demand is served upon you, either pay to the undersigned the total due at the time you pay, plus any additional late fees due, or move out and surrender possession of the premises.
Pay or be evicted. For the Hall family, the total due in back rent is more than $7,000 for their apartment at the Copperstep Apartments in Parker. They say this is the first notice they ever received from the complex.
Where are we supposed to go? What are we supposed to do?
We also spoke with another resident by phone who did not want to go on camera. They also say this was the first notice they received. Back in April, they applied for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, or ERA, after they both lost their jobs.
We got jobs again and started working, started paying our rent again, and then we were just waiting for this processing for this back rent that's due for the past few months.
But time is of the essence. With just several days left until eviction, they feel they're running out of options.
I'm not saying I'm not going to pay it, but I don't have it all up front.
Denver 7 reached out to management at were stopped several times, but they chose not to comment. As for the Douglas County Housing Authority, which works with many people who live in this complex, they could not be reached and are at a statewide housing conference until Monday.
I have 2 small kids. They're in elementary school. They don't understand what's going on.
Douglas County officials tell Denver 7 for people who received an eviction notice and have not applied for ERA to quickly do so because there's still money available. For those that have, assistance is still available for up to $6,000. After that, it's up to a county committee to decide if a family is eligible for more.
10 days is not a lot of time.
Once Denver 7 began questioning that short notice, both the apartment management and the Dougco Housing Authority began reaching out to the tenants, assuring them that they would work with them to help avoid any evictions. We'll reach back out as soon as that.
Now, ERA, I have heard about some of these programs and in some states, and I kid you not, the lines are busy. We've heard about people going up there and it's closed. So, you know, I'm just going to say this for the lovely Americans. Let's be real. When it comes to helping the immigrants, illegal immigrants, they're not having all these problems. It's a smoother transition. And I'm not saying it to be unhaterade. I'm saying what I know to be factual. I can't speak for every state, but in some states, they got a program. All you got to do is show up. These are illegal immigrants who have not paid into the system. I told you, some states, man, they're working $12 an hour. And sure, it may be more like, I think, farm work or picking some oranges like in the Sunshine State, Florida. But think about it. It beats being homeless. So you get $12 an hour for the men. I guess some women too. If you want to pick the oranges, and you get a free apartment for a year and free utilities. And they're taking those jobs, and they're not saying, "Oh, I ain't too good for them," because guess what? That's the way to come up a whole year. What you want to bet? I don't think Mijo's money or wherever they're coming from, Ghana or what have you, I don't think that money is going to be going up more than likely to a whole lot of strip clubs. What you want to bet? That money will be sent home to try and take care of some of their children. That seems to be the MO. Look up, buy a house together. A lot of our people don't seem to get it. Sometimes, and I'm going to say this about Americans, you have to start somewhere. What I see, it's bothersome to me. It hasn't affected me yet. And hopefully, chances are it probably won't. But a lot of times people are like, oh no, I got to have this kind of car. Oh no, I got to have this kind of problem, this kind of condo. Oh no, I can't be doing all of that. I don't want no starter home. Oh, you don't? Well, I tell you what, go ahead and pay, you paying your little $2,000 a month rent, which is now about $2,600. And you looking kind of crazy. Same apartment, that's $600 more. You're never going to own it. Or start a home, you could. It could get to it's easier. It takes longer to foreclose. So my point is, a lot of people got to start planning. And it's too late, though. And here's the thing. It's too darn late to plan when sheriff's office. It's too late to plan. Really? I talked to a woman who told me her mother got a notice of eviction and put in the trash because, she called somebody. Again, when people start putting things in writing, life is business. You didn't get the memo. They're not playing with you. I did a video of a couple doing that, young black couple, having dinner. Sheriff's office, you got 15 minutes. We're having dinner. We talked to the landlord. Maybe you did, but they've got paperwork. In a court of law, take what you said to the court and see how far that's going to get you. That paperwork will. It sets a standard. So this here, she said, Caitlin Hall, we have small children. Life is business. You have small children, and did the paperwork say anything about, well, if you've got kids and give you some more time? No. ERA, like I said, to get a lot of the illegal immigrants taken care of, they're not going through all this red tape. Oh, no, it seems to be a smooth transaction. ERA, man, these phone lines are clogged up. I've heard the horror stories, people calling. I told one person, if it was me, it's time to stop calling and it's time to start faxing. I would send a letter, send it, what is party mail? Someone needs to sign for it. Because people, you can't show up in court and go, well, I've been calling and I've been calling and I've been calling. If it was me and I've been calling and calling, I would get your cell phone, screenshots. Fax that in. Send a priority mail. Let them know, ma'am, I've been calling and calling. Here's copies on my phone. Send those screenshots in to. I'm trying to get help for my family. If it comes to it, you're going to have to be about business. And in my opinion, I think they don't want to really process all these people. I really don't think they want to process all the people. I hate to say it. That money is already there. It's been given to these states. That's my understanding. So if you look up and the people are already evicted, that money is still in those coffers. It's in the state coffers earning interest. If this was a program to help a whole lot of rich people, it wouldn't take that long. It doesn't take that long. And I'm an investor, Wall Street. I'm an investor. I'm a believer in it. Yay, stock market. I want to make some money. It doesn't take that long to help Wall Street. Now, if you want to catch some wrongdoing, it takes a longer time. But it doesn't help that money, and I'm not against it. I'm glad the Fed was pumping dollars into Wall Street. We all hoped last year under Trump. I think everybody and their grandmother saw their wealth just jump up. Woo, woo! Kind of felt a little bougie for a moment. Hey, but really and truly, it didn't take that. It didn't take an arm and a leg to pump that money into Wall Street. And again, I'm not opposed to it. We all benefited from those who invested in the stock market. I think it's great. My question is, why is it taking so long to help all these families? All this darn red tape. It's easier to get help as an illegal immigrant. It really is. What does that tell you, people? They don't care. As for her, she has small children. They don't care. And that's where we are. You have got to be about yourself. 2022, it has to be about you. So this here winter is here. Oh yeah, but I believe a blizzard is coming. If these people they can't get this under control, like I said, this video here is from October 2021. They've been doing evictions in. Now in 2022, now the housing market. Life is going to change for a lot of people. It's not going to be good. And for some of those who may say, oh, I'm going to be okay. Well, you won't be. Things can easily happen to you because guess what? Crime is going to increase. No one is going to stand outside and say, well, I'm just going to stand here near the stop sign and I'm just going to not eat or sleep anywhere and I'm just going to wait here and starve to death. When, a lot of people with nothing to lose, they get crazy. And it's crazy now. Speaking of crazy, let's get to Becky. Now, not this lady, okay? This here, I'm just giving commentary. You want to be fair and balanced. Some people have a concern. You're only showing black people. Again, I'm showing the black women, the black people, the one that I concentrated on. That's what black women get the message. Maybe somebody don't get it. Most of us get the message. We got somebody that's still slow. Because you still got somebody walking around here with house shoes on, pregnant, carrying a seat of poverty D, and he can't even get a decent coat in 30-degree weather. Can't get my feet swell up. He should buy you some shoes. You got on house shoes. She didn't get the memo. So, speaking of Becky, so here's what happened to a woman. A friend of mine had to do an eviction. Okay? Did an eviction. And so, when he came to the eviction, there was an additional person there, I guess a family member, and she had moved. So you have the renter. And so the renter obviously had brought in, I guess, another adult female along with her child. Okay? People getting desperate. People try to run game. Let's try it again. It's about business. They do not care. And I'm just saying, on the landlord's perspective, people don't seem to understand. Oh, you putting me out. No, the circumstances. Nobody, you want somebody just to up and pay for you? Really? Nobody can just come unless they want to and just be forced to, well, I'm going to let them stay here. It doesn't mean that they have a bad, evil heart. No, it's business. That's their property. Again, even if it's paid for, they got to pay for upkeep, the taxes, insurance, property taxes, the whole 9 yards. So a lot of people are looking at the landlord like, oh, you're an evil person. Put the shoe on the other foot, and how would you feel? Let's be real. How would you feel? I saw a comment, somebody said they put dry cement down, I think, the plumbing. Really? And then I thought about it, not surprised, because I remember my parents going through that. A renter tried that when they had to get the person out of the place. They had to get the person out, and the person had went and brought something like Quikrete. And I remember my parents said, "Oh, she was trying to put it down the toilet." But what happened? For some reason, they saw her in the bathroom, and they went and checked, and they were able to stop it in time. She didn't put it like in the toilet bowl, but well, yeah, in the toilet bowl, like where you lift the lid off. That's where she put it. It's really strange, and they were able to rectify it. But the idea, that's what she was trying. So, interesting. People get a little upset, get angry, and they lose control, and they do things. So here it is, eviction day, and it's time for the renter to go along with her sister Becky and baby Becky. Talk about running game. They come out, and all of a sudden, I think it's so planned. This kid, I'm thinking, is more maybe like around 5 or 6 or something, from my understanding. Again, I'm being told what happened. So the kid comes out there looking at the owner, because once they leave, you get the keys and they're in a possession, all that fun stuff, and says, "Mommy, we got evicted." Looking at the owner now. "Well, where are we going to go, Mom? We have nowhere to go." Why is this kid looking at the owner, but you talking like you're talking to your mom? He's putting us out of here. How could he do this to us? Parent ain't saying nothing. And I said, this sounds staged. They probably told like a little girl to go out there and say that, hoping you're gonna, go, "Oh my baby Becky, I'm so sorry." But again, people have a soft heart, but life is business. So my thinking is, I said, no, that's just highly unusual, because why would the kid, again, she's talking to her mom, but she's looking at you, and then she's standing near you looking at you. I said, this is staged. This is scripted. I believe the mother told her to go out there and do that. Like you were going to go, "Oh my God, I can't put you out. You're going to be homeless. Oh my, I can't do this to you." So yeah, she's like, how can he do this? Do this to us? You know what he told her? "I didn't do this to you. Your mommy did this to you." I was shocked. So I'm like, "No, you didn't." He goes, "Yeah, I did this to her. Her mommy did this to her. Number one, she wasn't supposed to be in there. She wasn't even in the lease. But I guess a family member had moved her in." And he's like, "The mommy did this to her." And I said that was kind of mean to even say that. He goes, "But it's the truth. Because her mother chose the man, obviously, Duster Dan, had a child by him. That was her choice. And now she and her child got to go stay with somebody. And the person that's on the lease didn't pay the rent." He said, he told a kid, I was like, "Wow, I didn't do this to you. Your mother did this to you. Your mommy did this to you." So it makes me think about the video I did a few days ago about the Section 8 lady with the 4 children. And somebody's right. She had to have one in the pandemic, because the little baby Bob, the little baby in a blue dress, you look like you're about 2 years old, girl. The pandemic is about 2 years. 2020. So do you agree? Did the parents do this to these kids? Seriously, the video I did a few days ago about the eviction, if you got the Section 8 voucher, you may have to live on your couch or move your couch, what have you. Look at the ages of those children. We're all making decisions. You chose a man. Oh, I didn't think. How many kids you got? You should already know by then what to look for. Now, what if they're evicted? That's why I did a second video. It didn't have to be. What if they're evicted? Who did this to you? Life happens to everybody. And that's why I do the message not to carry the seed of poverty D. So now you find yourself so desperate. In my opinion, I think she came up with it. I don't know if she did, but it just sounds too staged. Because what kid is saying mommy and then looking at the adult, and you're saying making these statements but looking at the owner of the house? I think it's staged. But he said, I didn't do this to you. Your mommy did this to you. Your mother. She did this to you. And I thought it was kind of mean. That I thought about it later. Maybe she thought she could handle it. I'm sure the one with 4 kids that needed that rent money thought she could handle it. Somebody got to watch my kids. I got the babysitter got COVID. Now I got to quit working. But I do have to wonder, like some people have said in the comment section, where did those checks go for the, they giving people with children some kind of credit, a check for having children? Is it an EIC or something? They're giving them some kind of credits. They're getting a check, like $300 per kid, I believe. Where did that money go? So you stop and think about it. I was like, wow, I thought it was kind of rude at first. I thought, oh, you said that to a child? I thought about it. I said, yeah, it's probably staged. I didn't do this to you. Your mommy did this to you. Your mama chose to have you by the seed of poverty deed. It's 2022. Everybody know what can happen. So yeah, you guys let me know. Is he right? I didn't do this to you. Your mother, your mommy did this to you. Decided to deal with poverty D, and now end up homeless. So people try to run a little game. I felt that little Becky was being used by the mother to try to stay. Gotten that desperate. Life is business. The renter, these people, they don't care about the renters. They don't care about you and your family. All they care about is money. So like I said, with the mom and pop, people trying to run a game, get over, I already knew. When they saw the hedge funds start taking over, a lot of our people don't seem to understand. Those people are very serious about money. They are cutthroat. They are so very cutthroat. They don't care about, your family. They're not trying to hear about it. It's business. And think about it. I'll just say this. What if you have 10 houses, which I did, but what if you had 10 houses and everybody's staying in them, not paying you any rent? Now you got to go ahead and get them put out. More than likely, quite a few of them, even if you let them stay for extra 3 months, give me 3 months when it's time to leave. That's how people are. They give her into their feelings and they start tearing them up. You already know you're carrying those people. You're carrying their families. Question is, would they do it for you? So people want to look at all the evil landlord. I think some of these prices, these increases are totally crazy. Totally crazy. But like I said, it seems it's easy to get help as an illegal immigrant. So this here, I'm going to tell you, I think it's all by design. It's by design. You've been hearing the people say, oh, you will own nothing, you will have nothing. I think it's all by design. And like the VC told me, the ones at the bottom are going to be wiped out. This is the way to do it. Having people with nowhere to go, no income, you can't sustain a decent lifestyle, just chaos. And so where a group is like they're going to be, you're going to have probably more crime, more killing, more savageness. And if they get sick, a lot of people in closed-in areas, it gets crowded. Again, look at Venice Beach at the homelessness. It'll be a way within 10 years, you'll see how many people died as a result of homelessness, overcrowding, of disease, and of violence. It'll be a way to get rid of a lot of people. And like I said, maybe just, I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. I was like, wow, they're saying there's too many people on the planet. Well, this is a heck of a way to depopulate. Just me. But anyway, yeah. So this here is affecting a lot of people. That with the ERA, it's like you better get up, get your coffee, and start calling. Call all day long. Too many horror stories. Too many people can't get through. Go down there. Get up early if you can. It's that bad. And some people live too far, you can't. So this is going to be a very trying year. 2022, ladies, we have to try and make the best decisions for us. Because at the end of the day, boo, the only person you can really count on is you. And I'm out.